Mr. Ngaruvhume, thank you very much for joining us now. The 31st July movement has been, probably could say, quiet for some time, probably for a number of reasons. But just last week, we came up with a cleanup campaign. Where did that idea come from?
Thank you very much for inviting me to this discussion just before our Mbare cleanup. So you are saying we have been quiet, but in fact, we have not.
Okay.
We have been engaging with communities. We've been going around the country. I toured schools. I went around, around hospitals. We went around rural schools and so on. And then recently, last week, as we were touring communities, we went to Mbare. When we got to Mbare, we were amazed by the volume of litter that we were seeing around. It was unbelievable, I tell you. It was absolutely unbelievable. And then we said, we need to do something about this situation. We can't just look at this garbage and do nothing about it. What pained me most is that at Matapi and Matererini floods, you've got the whole of Matapi floods surrounding this neat and nice place. There's a recreation center on the side. And then all those floods, they come and dump their rubbish at this place. The residents, you can't blame them because they have nowhere else to do it. And then at that site, there is a borehole. So you see a borehole here, and then the dump site just by the side, and then children come to play in the rubbish because there's a children's play center on the side. So we said, no, this is not right. We need to take care of the situation. So that's when we decided to do garbage collection at that site. And then the thing spread, citizens started coming through and are saying, please come and do the same in our areas and communities.
But it looks like you did not succeed as planned, because we saw some police officers having some discussions with you, looking at the pictures that you posted on social media. Can you just take us through what happened on the day?
When we did it on the first day, we just went and started our cleanup process. Then police were there, riot police in gear and everything. They threatened to arrest me initially. And then we said, for what reason do you want to arrest us? Because it's important for us to know the reason of your intended arrest. And they said, initially he said, okay, you are not licensed to clean this rubbish. I said, by who? He says, okay. And then at the end, the inspector who was in charge of the situation, he said to me, we want to arrest you and stop you from this because of the high instruction, the instruction from high that we have. And that's all. I said, no, but it can't just be about instruction, but it has to be about humanity. I appealed to him and said, look here, my brother, let's speak as human beings. You look at this litter, you look at and this rubbish and this water. If you look at it and say you're stopping us because of an instruction you received, what are you saying as a human being? Then he called his superiors and convinced them that we could go ahead and clean that rubbish. Because I told them that no, it's not more than 10 of us here. We simply hired front-end loaders and tracker and tippers. You see, and that's all we want to do. It was no more than 10 of us on the site. And then he agreed, and then we did the clearing at that site. The following week, we went back, and then the following next 2 days, we went back and did it again. And then now that's when they said, please come and let's talk. And then our coordinator went there, Fungai Murizo there. He went and discussed with them. They said, okay, fine, we'll allow you to do it, but you need to write a notification letter to notify us. And then we will respond and we will give you police to be with you every time that you do a cleanup process. And then we did exactly that. And then when we wrote the letter, contrary to the message of assurance that they've given us, that we just want to file it so that we give you police officers for your safety and so that we follow your operation. And then they actually use that opportunity to refuse us to do the cleanup campaign, which is very unfortunate.
But according to the contents of the letter, the officers are saying instead of cleaning or during your cleanup campaign, you ended up turning it into a political rally.
That's completely false, because what happened on the second day, we only took out our banner announcing who we were, People were asking, who are you guys? Are you council? Who are you? And so on. And then we simply took out a banner saying July 31st movement. That's all. There was no address. There was no nothing. And in any case, even if July 30th, because you see, number one, July 31st is a social justice movement. It's not a political organization. It's a social justice organization. And then number two, even if it was a political organization, is there a law barring political organizations from conducting cleanup rallies or cleanup campaigns? No, absolutely not. You see, and so there's, for your own information, number three, for your own information, social media has been awash with ZANU-PF youths cleaning up in Bindura and other places in full ZANU-PF regalia. They have not been stopped. They are political organization. Then this alliance can do the same. And whoever, those are political organizations, they can do that. But for us, we are a non-political organization embracing everybody. And there is no need absolutely for anybody to then stop us based on the fact that we displayed a banner showing who we are. No.
As it stands now, riot police is camping with some of the pit bins in Bari, guarding the rubbish so that you cannot go ahead with the cleanup campaign. What are you going to do?
That's strange. That's unacceptable. You know, I saw it. I was driving in town today in the morning, and I went between. I was at Leopold Takawira, corner Leopold Takawira and Charter. There's heaps of rubbish right in the heart of the city center. I got out of my car with my team. We said we should come and deal with this rubbish. And I saw a lot of police officers in town and in Bari. They came all over. The effort they are putting, one of the things we wanted to do today for your own information, we want to remove rubbish outside Matapi police station. What a noble idea and a noble cause. And then to respond to that by making sure that you guard rubbish so that nobody picks it up is unprecedented policy. Not anywhere in the world have you ever heard or seen that. That is unacceptable. That is wrong. That is wrong. You know, but of course, you ask it, what are we going to do? Let me say to you, we are going ahead with the cleaning because the cleaning has to be done. Because the cleaning is our obligation as citizens. It is our right as citizens to clean up our communities. You know, we come from Mbare, we come from Mudiriro, we come from Pelandava, we come from Magwego, we come from Sakuba. I personally grew up in Sakuba. We come from Mutapa. It is our right to clear and clean our communities and our areas. And that is going ahead. There's no two ways about it. Absolutely.
But obviously, when the police are there and you also go there, there's some bit of confrontation that should be expected. What are you going to do?
There should be no confrontation. We are not going there to confront anybody. We are simply going there to pick up rubbish, take away rubbish and take it to its rightful place so that we bring a relief to the people of Mbari. And that's precisely our goal. We are not going to do anything else. We're not going to engage in anything else other than just, and it's not many of us. I have specifically asked the members not to come in their numbers. We simply have our hired vehicles and a couple of people. I've said and insisted that we're not going to be more than 10, 15 people practicing social distance. Line up our vehicles, the front end loaders, pick up the rubbish, put it in the containers, and then off they go. Nothing beyond that. Nothing beyond that. So we're not expecting any confrontation, and that is going to be done peacefully.
If you ever think of engaging the government, looking back that they also had their cleanup campaign program with they were doing it monthly, once the last Friday of every month. Do you think you can also engage them and say this is what you want to do, so that because as we've seen now, the state is involved in the police?
What can stop us absolutely from engaging governments? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We are welcome to them. We are welcome to assist them. We are welcome. I mean, if they want to work with citizens, they are welcome. We have no problem with that. We've been engaged in council. We went to council, Harris City Council. We said, City Council, this is the program we have, because we know it's up to City Council to do that job. And they explained to me, that they've got a myriad of challenges and problems, that they can't deal with the rubbish. They were very plain, at least. They told me that they've been struggling and they are not able to take care of the rubbish and the garbage. And we said, fine, if that is the case, what then do you want us to do? They said, if you can do it in any place across the Harare, please, you are welcome to assist us, because we have no capacity right now to deal with this situation we have. So we said, fine, if you are welcome for us to do it, we can do it. And they even said, when we have the capacity and the resources to help you in some of the areas, we are welcome to chip in with front-end loaders or with anything that we can. But so far, we've been using our personal resources to hire the vehicles so that we deal with the rubbish. And so City Council, at any time that they are welcome to come and step in and help and work with us, they are welcome, because we actually approached them first before we did it, and they said it's welcome. And if the government wants to do the same thing, they are welcome. We can work with them. We are citizens. This is not about anybody. We are simply citizens wanting to make sure that we take care of our communities. And that's the situation.
In your wildest opinion, why would you think the police would be told by whoever they were saying from stop citizens from cleaning up rubbish?
I think this is the arrogance of dictatorship. This is the arrogance of leaders who feel insecure. This is the arrogance of people who feel they have title deeds to a country. Whoever is doing it, and obviously the hand of the government is very clear. The hand of the ZANU-PF regime is very clear in this. They obviously would not want anyone else to do anything and probably get credit for it. But in my view, Zimbabwe has been rotting for years, and it is in a small way that citizens, this campaign we've said, let it not just be in Mbare, let it be across the city, across the cities in the country. Let it be in Kwekwe, let it be everywhere, where people and citizens take responsibility to deal with their own challenges. Because now central government has failed to do it due to corruption. City council has also been crumbled by corruption of the central government. So the corruption is killed. It's a cancer that has killed our nation. So it's time for us as citizens to take charge of that situation in small ways that we can. And I know that, insecure men and women feel threatened when citizens take up responsibility and take up initiatives like this. They feel insecure and they want to silence them. It's part of the divide and rule tactic we have in this country and in this, whereby people want to make sure that anything that is done is them. That's a shame. That's a shame. I think citizens should be allowed to take care and take charge of the situation.
And as you head to Mbare now, your last message to your members that are waiting for you so that you can join hands and clean up Mbare?
Those who can come, please come. We want no more than 20 people, and at maximum we should not exceed 50, because we want to make sure that we abide by the code regulation. We've also sought from our members. Members have contributed hand sanitizers, masks, gloves to make sure that people are safe. We will do it peacefully and we'll do it properly. So come is a peaceful exercise whereby we are taking responsibility. They have threatened to arrest me specifically to say, if you go ahead and remove that rubbish, we'll arrest you. I don't know whether they'll carry out that threat or not. But whether they arrest me or not, the question still remains that Zimbabwe needs a cleansing exercise. That cleansing exercise we are doing in Mbare is very symbolic. The country is dirty and rotten. The country's systems are collapsed. Corruption has killed our healthcare system. It has killed our transport system. It has killed us. Our moral fabric as a nation has been destroyed by corruption. And this cleaning exercise is symbolic in that it's showing that we can do something about our situation as citizens. And this is a very important step. So those who can come out and do it in their local communities, please do so. Those who are coming to Mbare to be with us, please come. Let's do it this afternoon like we've done it these last 2 times. And God bless you.